In this video, I'm going to quickly show you how to choose the right graphs for this absolute value function. So first of all, I'm going to make a table using this equation. So I'm going to pick some values for x, and then I'm going to calculate the corresponding values of y. The purpose of this is to find some ordered pairs, okay? That's because ordered pairs are points. Okay, once we have those points, then we can choose the graph which has those points. Okay, so let's pick values for x. Theoretically, you can pick any values for x, but we want to pick values that is easy to calculate when we plug in. So we can pick 0. Because 0, when you plug in 0, it's easy to calculate the y, right? So let's do that. So if x equal to 0, then the corresponding y will equal to the absolute value of 0, then minus 3, okay? And the absolute value of 0 is still 0. So it turns into 0 minus 3. So the answer is negative 3. So now you have your first order pair, which is 0, negative 3. So you're going to take this point and see, which graph has this point, okay? So if you take a look at A, B, C, and D, obviously the B, when the x equal to 0, the y actually is a positive value, right? So that means B cannot be our answer. Okay, and now if you take a look at D, the same kind of story, right? When x equal to 0, the y actually is here, so it's positive. So this cannot be our graph, so D is out. Okay, now there are only A and C left. Okay, so check the point 0, negative 3. So when x equal to 0, it looks like, yeah, it is on this graph. Okay, and if you check the C, when the x equal to 0, it looks like the y is also negative 3. So this point 0, negative 3 is on both of this graph, which means using this just using this one point, we cannot choose the graph. Okay, so we need another point. So let's use negative 1. Or you can use positive 1. It doesn't matter. So let's use negative 1 and see what happens. So if x equal to negative 1, then y will equal to the absolute value of negative 1, then minus 3. Okay, then this turns into, so the absolute value of a negative number, remember, it turns into positive. Okay, so absolute value of negative 1 now is positive 1. So it becomes 1 minus 3. So the answer will be negative 2. So the second order pair is negative 1, negative 2. So now let's check whether this point is on graph A. So when the x equal to negative 1, then it looks like, yeah, it is on the graph here, right? Although it's kind of hard to tell. But if you take a look at the C, okay, when the x equal to negative 1, it looks like then the y is even smaller than negative 3. So it looks like it's negative 4. Okay, so which means C is not the right answer because so the point negative 1, negative 2 is not on this graph. Okay, so the right answer is A. So this is how you choose the correct graph given an equation. So the whole process is construct a table, okay, from the equation. So you can get some points, then you can use these points, okay, to look for the right graph because these points have to be on the graph. So this is how you do this kind of problem.